Tara Binns, high-flying pilot. Tara Binns was in the attic at the top of her house. She was looking for the old costume box. There it was. Tara smiled with excitement. As she pushed open the lid, her hands started to tingle. Something special was about to happen. The box was full of clothes, uniforms, shoes, and hats. It picked out a costume for Tara that she wouldn't normally have chosen. And with the outfit came an adventure. The tingling spread up her arms. Tara closed her eyes. She was tumbling through space and time. She wondered, what will I be today? The world stopped spinning, and Tara couldn't believe her eyes. She was sitting in the cockpit of a jet plane, traveling at 30,000 feet above the ocean. She was in the pilot's seat. And she was the pilot. She was wearing navy blue trousers, and there were gold wings on the pocket of her smart navy jacket. She pushed back her cap and stared out of the windscreen at the huge storm clouds ahead. "Help!" she cried. "I don't know how to fly a plane." "Don't worry, we'll teach you," said the girl in the seat next to her. "I'm Aisha, your co-pilot. This is Ortez. He's the navigator. He makes sure we don't get lost." "Hi," said Ortez. "Nice to meet you." He pointed at a screen with a tiny white plane traveling across it. "That's our plane. See it moving towards that little green island. That's where we'll be landing very soon." "How do we do that?" Tara spluttered. She scanned the buttons, switches, dials, and lights in front of her. Aisha gave her a quick flying lesson. How to go left, go right, go up and go down, and most importantly, how to land. All of a sudden, bright light filled the cockpit. Lightning! The crash of thunder that followed made Tara jump. Raindrops began smacking at the windscreen. Her heart beat faster. They were flying right into a huge storm. It was over the island ahead, exactly where they were supposed to land. She could see that buildings were torn down, and roads were flooded. This was very worrying. The storm was strong enough to rip up trees and blow houses down. What would it do to a plane with a new pilot at the controls? Tara needed help. She asked Aisha and Ortez, "What should I do? Should I try to fly above the storm?" Tara tried to remember how to take the plane higher. "Or maybe I should fly straight through it." But the plane was already bouncing about in the strong winds. Tara gripped the controls. Should I steer the plane around the storm? That felt like the right decision. "Most pilots would go above a storm if it's small," started Ortez. "But this storm is massive, and we were about to land," finished Aisha. "We might be flying too low to get above the storm in time." Tara thought hard about her choices. She had to get it right. The crew and the passengers in the cabin were all counting on her. She made up her mind. Tara smiled at Aisha and Ortez. "I'm going around the storm. We might not get above it in time, so that will be the safest way." Tara turned the wheel and headed away from the storm. "Set a new course, please, Ortez. Let's head west." Before long, the winds dropped. The flight became smooth and steady once more. Tara began to relax a little, but then a light on the control panel started flashing and beeping. "What does that mean?" asked Tara. "Low fuel?" Aisha nodded gravely. Tara scanned the ocean below. There was an island not far away. At one end was a long finger of land sticking out into the sea. There were 2 lines of palm trees growing along it. They could guide me, like the landing lights on each side of a real runway, Tara thought. Aisha helped Tara to lower the plane's landing gear. Ortez began calling out their altitude. 2,000 feet, 1,500 feet, 1,800. We can do this, thought Tara. But we need something to keep us on course. Then she saw it. Perfect. Look, Aisha. There are more palm trees at the end of the runway. They make a cross, said Tara. Like on a treasure map. X marks the spot, grinned Ortez. We'll head for the palm tree cross, said Tara, and she tilted the plane's nose downwards. Aisha and Ortez helped her to keep the plane on course for the palm tree cross. Then Tara flicked on the cabin intercom switch. Attention, all passengers! This is your captain, Tara Binns, speaking. Go fasten your seatbelts. Please prepare for an emergency landing. Don't worry, everything is under control. Down and down they went. Tara's heart was pounding in her chest as the runway got closer and closer. Bump! Bump! The plane's wheels finally touched down. Tara turned on the reverse thrust. Whoosh! She held onto the controls as the plane slowed sharply. It swung to the left, lurched to the right, and then jutted to a halt, right in front of the palm tree in the middle of the cross. Phew! Tara, Ortez, and Aisha cheered. So did the passengers and the cabin crew as they exited the plane. We did it, thought Tara proudly. It was scary, but we did it. She stared at the palm tree in front of her. It was much bigger than the others. Maybe something was buried there. Come and help me, called Tara. She started digging under the palm tree with her bare hands. Aisha and Ortez came running over, followed by the passengers and cabin crew. Food trays, spoons, caps, they used anything from the plane that could scoop away sand. Before long, they dug a deep hole. Tara began to lose hope. Was it just a wild idea? But just then, her hand hit something hard. Ortez brushed away the sand to reveal the lid of an old wooden chest. It looked as if it had been buried for ages. The padlock had rusted away and Tara gently lifted the lid. Wow, treasure! Gold coins, cups, and plates. A jeweled crown. Diamonds, rubies. What a find. I bet this is pirate treasure buried years ago, said Tara, pulling out the crown. No one knew it was here because you can only see the X that marks the spot from the sky. We're the first people to fly this way, because it's off the usual flight path. Then her face fell. But how are we going to get back to that other island? We could use some of the gold to buy more aircraft fuel, said Ortez. I've phoned for help, said Aisha. And they're sending a fuel tanker so we can fill up and take off again. Thanks, said Tara, glad that they wouldn't be stuck there. But something was bothering her. What's wrong? Asked Ortez. Tara frowned. The storm was very lucky for us, she explained, but not for those unlucky people on the other island. It doesn't seem fair that we found treasure and they lost everything. You're right, said Aisha, but what can we do? Tara grinned. Let's fly back to that island. Let's help those people. We'll use the gold to buy food, water, medicines, tents, blankets, whatever they need, and we'll give them some treasure to help rebuild their houses and the town. What a brilliant idea, said Ortez, smiling. High five, said Aisha, holding up her hand. Aisha's palm clapped against Tara's, and Tara felt her hand tingle. The tingling spread up her arms. Tara closed her eyes and smiled. The adventure had been wonderful. Suddenly, she could no longer feel the sand beneath her feet. Everything was whirling and swirling, and she didn't know which way up she was. Kaboom! The next moment, Tara was back home in her attic. She took off the pilot's outfit and proudly put the cap back in the box. What an adventure. Being a pilot was amazing. She liked having to think fast and keep calm in an emergency. She liked learning how to land a plane from Aisha and Ortez. What a team. And of course, she loved finding treasure. Tara closed the lid of the box and thought, maybe I'll be a pilot when I grow up. I'm going to aim high and follow my dreams. After all, the sky's the limit.